Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
The Athens City Council has stopped video recordings at their meetings. Why? Why have they done this? Well, it's all pretty simple. They're tired of being embarrassed. Yeah, they're tired of being embarrassed. And maybe they should be tired of being embarrassed. But I will tell you, that's not even the worst thing they're doing, because that's not even that bad. Okay, yeah, you can make the argument that they don't want to, broadcast all of the public comments because it gets people out there to act a fool and all these other things. Sure, I think we could probably make that argument, probably pretty easily make that argument. But the real problem is they're blocking their Facebook comments, which there's been a lot of pretty clear court cases about this. And also, it just doesn't look good. This is part of being in the public eye. You can't stop people from participating in the government or commenting on it. That's not right.
Number 6.
President-elect Donald Trump has a tariff threat for the BRICS nations. These are the people who are trying to create their own rival global currency to kind of rival the dollar. Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America. There's some others involved as well. I think Ethiopia and Egypt. Anyway, he raised concerns about escalating trade tensions, and this is what he's doing. In response to growing economic uncertainty from previous threats, Canada has increased border security, preparing for potential disruptions in cross-border trade. Meanwhile, Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador has rejected... That's not the president, that's the old president. And the new president has rejected the idea of a tariff war, saying she doesn't want that, but tough. You're going to run into that. This is all part of the negotiation. This discussion is ongoing. This is fine.
Number 5.
A group of Birmingham activists, including faith leaders and community members, have decided that if Walmart isn't going to have DEI, well, then Walmart should not have your money. And I don't think this worked very well, because I think it was like $11.3 billion or some nonsense like that was spent on Black Friday. But maybe the Walmarts in the Birmingham area, maybe they didn't get any of that money. But yeah, Walmart announced it will no longer use race and gender to promote supplier diversity, limit racial equity training, and reduce participation in LGBTQ advocacy rankings, sparking criticism from civil rights groups like the National Urban League. The activists urged Alabamians to support minority-owned and local businesses instead, emphasizing the power of consumer spending to demand corporate accountability. I guess we need more DEI stuff to make these people happy. No thanks.
Number 4.
Alabama remains on the outside of the college football playoff discussion right now. At least that's the official consensus. That consensus is, of course, wrong. Alabama is making the college football playoff, but they had a 28-14 Iron Bowl win against Auburn, finishing 9-3. They did not get an SEC title berth, but they're ranked anywhere between 11th and 13th, depending on what you're looking at, and they're the highest among the 3 lost teams. The ESPN has them at a 30.1% chance of making the playoffs, according to their rankings and systems. There's a whole bunch of different standards out there. Some have them in, some have them not in. Yeah, some of them have them in, some have them not in. There's the Alabama Crimson Tide. As much as I hate to say this as a Florida fan, if they're on the bubble, they're in.
Number 3.
President Joe Biden, a notorious liar, has granted a blanket pardon to his crackhead son that covers all federal offenses committed from January 1st, 2014 to December 1st, 2024. Whether the crackhead has been charged or not. The unprecedented move came after Hunter Biden faced convictions in 2 federal cases earlier this year, including charges of making false statements during a firearm purchase and failing to pay $1.4 million in taxes. He's just like us. I'm just looking out for my son. Biden defended the decision as a response to what he described as selective and unfair prosecution, which again, Joe Biden's a notorious liar. That's a lie. The DOJ tried to cut him a deal that a judge said, you can't do this. You can't absolve him of all the crimes he might have committed. Well, he can by pardoning him, and that's exactly what he's done by law.
Number 2.
Alabama politicians swiftly condemned President Biden's pardon of his crackhead son on Sunday night, pointing to the president's prior promises, forgetting, of course, that Joe Biden is a notorious liar and a scumbag. But he had promised not to intervene in his son's legal matters and let justice play out. That was, of course, when he was still going to be in charge of the Justice Department. That's not the case now. The U.S. Representative Robert Aderholt of Haleyville expressed skepticism, stating that Biden's actions were predictable. I don't know if that's really skepticism. While Representative Dale Strong of Monrovia and Lieutenant Governor Will Ainsworth criticized the move as yet another broken promise and a sign of the Bidens playing by different rules, which is absolutely true. U.S. Representative Gary Palmer of Hoover also resurfaced corruption allegations related to Hunter Biden, suggesting the pardon was a cover-up for other misdeeds.
Now, time for the number 1 thing you'll be talking about today.
The media and their Democrats praised Joe Biden for pardoning his crackhead son. They also claimed Republicans are pouncing. That's not a joke, by the way. I know it's kind of a meme, but not a joke. The Politico headline said Republicans pounce on Joe Biden's pardon of his son. They've, of course, changed that headline, but we all have eyes, right? Okay, good. The Republicans pouncing on this decision while spending the last couple of days. What was the media doing? Well, they were spending the last couple of days promoting the end of norms. Pam Bondi's going to put people in jail. Kash Patel is going to use the FBI to put people in jail who don't deserve it. Trump also reacted to President Biden's unexpected, was it unexpected? Let's put that in quotes. Unexpected pardon of Hunter Biden, criticizing the decision and suggesting that Biden should have pardoned those involved in the January 6th protests. So Trump, I think, is making it pretty clear that he's going to pardon all of those people. Can I just say this about the January 6th stuff? Just real quick. If you engaged in violence against a police officer or kicked down a door or didn't listen to the cops when they told you to leave or any of that nonsense, you shouldn't get a pardon. Okay? That's it. If you were arrested because they triangulated your cell phone data and found you outside, then you should get a pardon. So I'm on a case-by-case basis on this. I don't like the idea of a blanket January 6th pardon. So I'm not a big fan of that. I am not a big fan of that idea, but we'll see what happens here. If Trump does it, he does it. Oh, well. Trump's transition team, led by Stephen Chung, accused the Democrat-controlled DOJ of weaponizing the justice system, promising reforms under a future Trump administration. So that's where we are in all of this. And can I just ask this question to you? Just let me ask this question to everyone listening here right now. And get your texting fingers or email fingers ready. Ready? Here we go. What do you want from the new Trump administration? Do you want vengeance and the blood of your enemies to drip from your teeth? Or do you want to turn the page? Vengeance or turning the page? Vengeance or turning the page? Let me know. I'm intrigued. I want to know which one you actually want. Let me know. And you can get in here a couple different ways and participate in this. One of those ways, texting in 866-494-WVNN. You can also pick up the phone and give us a call, as some of you are doing right now, at 866-494-9866. That is the scoutpestcontrol.com WVNN hot take text line. You can get right there. You can also email us.
You've got mail.
Dale at WVNN.com. That is the Downtown Rescue Mission.org email inbox. It's all very simple to do, and you should be very happy to do so. Let us know. Vengeance or turning the page? Those are our options. That's what we're asking you. Vengeance or turning the page? We shall return.
Get WBNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.